The more Google knows about your business, the higher they'll be able to place you in the search results. So the fastest way to rank #1 on Google Maps is through adding loads of useful content to your Google business profile. But it's not just about adding as much content as you can, you must do it in the correct way. So in this video, I'm going to give you the complete blueprint to make sure your profile contains the content that will get you to the top of the Google Maps rankings so you make more sales. I'll show you how to set up your profile for success, how to fuel Google's algorithm with fresh content, how to snowball your success for even faster results, and how to achieve success with less content. So let's start with how to set up your profile for success. If you compare these two profiles, what do you notice immediately? If you said the one on the right has way more content than the one on the left, you'd be correct. A profile like this one will never rank #1 in searches because it'll be competing with profiles like this one that are full of useful information that helps Google to understand the business. So you need to make sure your profile is like the one on the right. So quite simply, you need to go to your Google Business Profile dashboard and make sure you've completed every single piece of information you can. It doesn't matter how insignificant it may seem, it could be the information someone is looking for that will lead to them making an inquiry with your business instead of a competitor. There are loads of features in your Google Business Profile, and you need to use all of them. Now I can't possibly go through everything in this video, so instead, to make completing your profile super easy, I've created a Google Business Profile checklist. There's a link to it in the video description. Don't worry, you don't need to give us your email address to download it. Just click on this button on our website and you'll get instant access. The checklist will guide you through every feature in your Google Business Profile and it'll make sure you're using everything correctly. As I said, you don't need to give us your email address, but there is a form where you can sign up for our mailing list if you want to. I'll send you weekly emails that are packed full of actionable Google Business Profile tips and advice that will help you to be more successful. Once you've been through the checklist and you're using all of the features available to you, here's a bonus tip. You should regularly go to your dashboard and check to see if there's anything new in there. Google often makes changes and releases new features, but they rarely announce them. So you need to be proactive and check your profile. Just log into your dashboard every month or so, have a good look through everything and see if there's anything else you could add. But setting up your profile is just the start. Your work is not done because Google Business Profile is not set and forget. You can't just set it up once and expect to get a constant flow of inquiries. So let's move on to something else that's vitally important. You need to fuel Google's algorithm with fresh content because if you give Google what it wants, you'll be rewarded with higher rankings on Google Maps. So you must regularly add Google posts, photos, videos. You should get new reviews and reply to reviews that you receive. This will provide constant fuel to Google's algorithm and demonstrate to them that you're an active business with a profile that's packed full of useful content. Google are way more likely to rank a business in the #1 spot that has regular activity on their profile compared to a business that rarely adds any new content. But the key to this is making sure you add a constant stream of content to your profile. Don't copy most other business owners and add a load of content every so often and then leave your profile for weeks or even months until you add more. You should plan to add something most days. The more regularly you add fresh, engaging content to your profile, the higher your rankings on Google Maps are likely to be. Plus, you can guarantee your competitors won't be doing this, so it'll give you a huge advantage. But there's more. I'm now going to show you how to snowball your success for even faster results. When someone makes a search on Google Maps, they're faced with a load of options. If someone clicks on your profile, but then they close it really quickly, this is very bad. Google measures this, and if they see that people make a search, they look at your profile and then just leave, they'll determine that your profile isn't a valuable resource for that search. So your profile won't be prioritized in future and your rankings will drop. However, if someone opens your profile and they spend a long time looking at it, for example, they open your photos and they scroll through them, and then they click on a few to check them out in more detail. They look at your service areas to understand where you work. Then they check out your reviews. They apply a filter and spend some time scrolling through your reviews and they stop to read a few of them. Again, Google measures all of this. Every interaction is sending positive signals to Google. If your profile gets loads of interaction and people spend significant time looking at it, Google will determine that your business is a valuable resource for the search that's been made. So they will prioritize your profile in future and your rankings will improve. So it's vital that you get as much engagement and dwell time on your profile as possible. Basically get people to click around your profile as much as possible and get them to spend as much time on it as possible. This is what Google wants to see, and it can skyrocket your rankings. You achieve more engagement and dwell time through, again, adding content to your profile. The more content you have, the more people have to engage with, and they're likely to spend more time looking at your profile. If you're thinking, this is all well and good, but it sounds like it's very time consuming adding all of this content, well, I'm now going to make all of this super easy for you. I'm going to show you how to achieve more success with less content. Quite simply, you need to add content to your profile that takes people longer to consume. For example, most people make Google posts that are really short, like this one, so it only takes one a few seconds to read it. But when you add a Google post, you can include up to 1,500 characters of text. So if you add as much text as possible, people will spend more time reading it. Another example is with your Google review responses. Again, most people leave really short responses, but Google gives you a massive 4,000 characters for these. So the more you write, the longer people will take to read it and the longer they'll spend on your profile. It is important to note that you shouldn't just write words for the sake of it. Your content needs to be interesting, informative and engaging, so it educates people about your business. Just because something's on your profile, you can't expect people to read it. But my absolute favourite content for maximising engagement and dwell time on your Google business profile is using videos. When you add a video to your profile, they show here, along with your photos. You can spot a video because it has this little play button and a timestamp on it. The reason videos are amazing for maximising engagement and dwell time is because it takes people so much more time to watch a video than to look at a photo. So if you add several 30-second videos to your profile and people watch 1, 2, 5 or even 10 of them, the time they spend looking at your content will increase exponentially. The positive signals this sends to Google are so powerful. Your rankings will explode and you'll soon be showing at the top of Google Maps. And there are so many things you can make short videos about for your profile. I've put this list in the video description below if you want to copy it and use it for inspiration for making your own videos. Now you know what you need to do to rank #1 on Google Maps. Watch this video next because it will show you how to create an effective plan for adding the right content to your Google business profile, and it will show you how to make content creation effortless.